board, make a sign. We got sign makeage.
That's crazy. All three of us are inpatient together. Now here we are at podcast.
That's good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can't hear it in your headphones, though, right? No. That means the audience ain't hearing it. Just the phone calls. Do you guys hear it? No. I was in jail with this guy. Here's my celly. If I can say that on the radio. That's a spirit. That's what I love. Nothing off limits. The power of the truth. Alright, for about 5 minutes I'm going to do some advertising and shit, and then I'll bring you guys in. You'll know when I unmute you. What you need, Mama? A pen? Shit, guess who's got pens?
This guy. Oh, look at I'm taking one of those.
You mean Rob didn't share his with you?
I gotta know better than to ask Rob for his chocolate.
I know, right?
I was on like a little half a bottle left.
I hear it. I just trying to I just having flashbacks of all my, I had the whole rainbow of all the colors and different stuff.
You want another one?
Grab a couple and put them up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
Right here.
I'll put a couple.
Hey, put your name on the back of it too, so we know. If you want to, you don't got to.
I'm not that picky over candy. It's not that big of a deal.
Oh, well, leave my good shit for
I don't
you.
gotta put my name on it.
I got some old dusty candy. Oh, right. Funny. We start sharp at 8:30. I need that up there. Cause I got people already messaging me. Why ain't you started yet? Ooh, no, we don't want the suicide hotline up yet. It's not that type of night.
No, I gotta give it a little bit too.
Once someone brings it up, I pop it up on screen always. Comments, here we go.
So you go live video and something, all that.
Live in 2 minutes. Alright, boys and girls ready?
Born ready.
Where do people find us on
Try to stay ready so I
get ready. We'll work for Recovery's Facebook page. You can find it on their YouTube page. You can find it. Shit, you can still find it through 2218's Facebook page.
What's it called?
Attitude for Gratitude. But you can find it on We'll Work for Recovery's Facebook page. I'm gonna try to get someone who will put links up for me, but I'm not there yet. Alright, so here we go. Welcome back, everybody, to the Attitude for Gratitude live podcast here at We'll Work for Recovery. Like you see, the WWFR.org. Anytime you need to reach out, you can hit that up or go to the Facebook page. Come on down to 2520 North 2nd Street. That's where we do this show from. That's where we have daily meetings at. We've got a whole slew of different meetings that happen here throughout the week. And I'm going to real quick just run that down for you. So if you're ever in need of a meeting, this is where you can come to find those meetings. And it's a great place to come network and just get your recovery on. We got Monday through Friday at 6:30 a.m. Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Sundays, 7 a.m. and then at 6 p.m. Once this football season kicks off, we're going to be having a blast. Every Sunday we do, the barbecue. We got someone on the grill, Tim, Will. Someone's out here always cooking. We always have some good eats, good fellowship here. We'll have the game on some big screen TVs. Come on down to We'll Work for Recovery. This is where we find our recovery. I'm a product of We'll Work for Recovery. You're going to hear from a bunch of different people tonight who are also products of We'll Work for Recovery and just telling you about how they found it. All sorts of stuff. We're going to be trying some new stuff. Just join in for the ride, and as always, utilize this platform to post some questions or some comments or whatever. Like we say down here, everyone has a voice, and your voice is valid. Come on down here and spread some knowledge or get some knowledge. This is what we do. This is recovery, and it's here for you. So let's get this thing started. Let's see, who am I unmuting first? Speak up. I think, you know what, I'll just unmute y'all. Who do we got here? Jonathan. Jonathan, welcome.
What's up, my name's Anthony.
Anthony, get close on that mic.
Anthony, yo.
Donnie, we got Anthony, Donnie, and Mike. Jonathan, I'm sorry. I don't
Okay,
have
brother.
Well, Jonathan, let's start with you. Why are you here?
Oh boy, that's a
Deep question?
Yeah, how long do you want to go?
All right, how did you hear about Work for Recovery?
Well, I heard about Real Work Recovery from a few years back. Came here the first time, specifically tonight though. I'm sitting at the table here with three of my good friends, I call. We all were together in inpatient treatment. We met up there. We all split. The paths all took off in different directions, and we bounced back together just in the last couple days, in the last week. So it's been very special. We all wanted to come here. Like every one of us, this is our favorite place to come and go. It's always been a part. Yeah, this place is on fire. It has got power, energy like there's nothing else. It's just so supernatural. When people are humble and they come together and they share and it heals, and it's just, it's it, man.
That's awesome. That's what you get out of Work for Recovery.
Oh, that's not even scratching the surface of what I get out of Real Work Recovery.
Nice. That's all right. Well, hang on.
Yep.
How'd you hear about Work?
Was pretty much the same as he said. I was in North Star Behavioral Health for inpatient treatment.
All right.
And I met these dudes, and man, just started coming here. I've been to a lot of meetings in my life, and I ain't never been to a meeting that just everything from the feng shui to the energy to just the activity, just like constantly, man. There's just so much going on, dude. I love it, dude. I love it.
You to keep coming back type of deal.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And like that's the wealth we try to, we want everyone to experience that. Like you said, a couple years ago you heard about it in your back. Like this place doesn't leave your head, and you know about the fellowship that happens here. How'd you hear about this place?
Well, I got introduced by going to treatment. I'm actually not from here. I'm from Duluth, Minnesota. And
what's it like watching you? I see you keep checking this out. What's that like?
It's different. It's different.
All right, so you're from Duluth, but how, you heard about this place come up in Duluth?
No, I came down to treatment to get away from my hometown because, that's all I knew was drugs.
For some places and things.
Yeah, and I started coming here with treatment, and this place is it's completely different from every treatment center or every meeting I've ever gone to. It's they don't just read from the textbook. It's not just boring stuff. It's all real brothers and sisters that are going through real shit. And you feel welcome.
So if there was something that you said, here's a good question I want to ask each of you. Maybe I won't ask you guys. I don't want you thinking about it ahead of time. If someone came up to you look, man, I'm struggling. I don't know where to find some help. How would you explain this place to them?
Oh man, it's like going to a party without the drugs,
Yeah, man, someone make that sign. It's like going to a party without the drugs that will work. That's what's up.
Absolutely.
So just coming to these meetings, and I was sharing about the list of meetings that we do here, and on Wednesday nights at 5:00 there is an all men's meeting and an all women's meeting, and I always want to bring that up when I have some men on the show. Plus, for any women out there listening, but that you want to talk about unconventional, we call it crosstalk at 5:00. I don't know if you guys have been there yet, but if you're able to, at 5:00, come check us out. We're in that room right when you walk in. It's usually in this room, but with the AC situation in the summer, blah, 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 whatever. But what we do in that is we just hold each other accountable, and we crosstalk. Someone's on I'm trying to get my license, and someone will interrupt you, well, what are you doing to get it? Stuff like that. You find here at Will Work. So, what we'll do is we'll rip through and ask you, what's your goals? What do you got for goals right now?
Man, right now my goals is to well, you dropped it on me too, dude. My goals is just to be a better man every day. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Do whatever it takes to be a better dude. I'm a musician.
Okay.
So as a songwriter, it just tremendously helped me. Every aspect of my life is better when I'm clean.
Right.
But just for as far as just content, I want to help people, man.
Nice.
That's my main goal, for anybody,
Well, then check this out. While I have you on air, let me ask you this. With that being your goal, once you start getting some stuff together, would you be willing to come on air and produce some music for us?
Man, absolutely.
All right.
As a matter of fact, if anybody cares to go listen, man, check out Kid Suda on Spotify, YouTube.
How do you spell that? K-I-D what?
Suda, like Sudafed.
Alright, how do you spell it?
KIDSUDA.
Alright, you guys heard it.
Yeah, so
check
check
them
it out, man. And you know, and I want to use that platform, man, to not only, you know, be therapy for me, but be therapy for other people. You know, just
Right.
and you know, just I don't even help people, man. You know, instead of hurt people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, in and out of prison my whole life, and as I'm sure you know, a lot of y'all can can attest. And you know, just hurting myself and just hurting my family. You know what I mean? And that's just for the birds. You know, I want to help people, dude.
And don't look like you have wings, so.
No, I don't.
Good
I
on
do
that.
not.
No, that's awesome. Listen, I appreciate you hopping on. Every Friday, everyone in there is welcome to come back. So I'm expecting to see you next Friday.
I will be here
I
next
want to hit
Friday.
some gold. All right, my man Zach, you come down to his feet. I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
All right, so someone comes up to you on the street, they're like, man, I'm struggling. I heard about Work for Recovery. What's it really all about? I know you kind of touched on it, but come on.
You know, today is
Look what I got today, boys and girls.
a serious eye-opener, like at the expanse of opportunities and services that are here, or not, sir. That sounds way too professional for this place. I mean, not professional, but way too formal. It sounds too formal for this place, because this place is so chill, you know what I mean?
Right.
And, but I just found out tonight, and was so happy to hear about all the other meetings, all the things they do. It's like there won't be a spare moment, it seems like, during the week that is not available to come here and find some people to hang out with, and you know. So it's hard.
I know, there's a lot.
There's so much stuff I'm so excited I don't even know about yet, but I'm excited to hear about it. And
So, but check this out.
Friday night was all it was pretty much for me.
But you know, like I said, like our big meetings are Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like
Yeah.
that's Wednesday's even bigger than Friday. But check this out. Like we got something up that I wanted to share about. We have something called a reentry program here. In this, let's see. Now I got this little screen. You see where my finger's pointing? That door there. No, come on. That door there. Behind that door, we have 12 computers set up. No, this isn't it. Oh no, I just wanted that. Listen, look at this is from American Pie. No, it's
We did it.
Alright, we're good. Yep, we're good.
Thank you.
Sorry.
You guys can eat.
So, we got this thing called a re-entry program. 12 computers back here. We got a computer educational specialist guy that comes in here. He donates his time to come in here, and like up to 12 people. I know we're going to start getting that program back started. And it kind of gets you familiarized with like computer skills. There's some certificates you get out of this. They call it like a, matter of fact, in that top, I'll grab it when I have you share. I'm going to grab it out of here and I'll explain it to you guys. But we do have a lot of professional style stuff.
Yeah.
But by the looks of it, you do think, you know, it's a big party, but the networking that goes on here and the different programs that you can find through Work for Recovery, there are tremendous. Like there's a lot of different ones. So I'm glad you brought that up. But there is some really professional aspects involved here. It is a 501(c) company, or not company. That's the wrong word. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's a non-profit.
Yeah.
So no, that's huge. Though. I'm glad you shared about that. Anything else you want to add to that? Because I did cut you off.
Well, no, I mean, I just like there is so much here. It's just hard to in the moment. I mean, yes, this place is unreal. Yeah. Go ahead. Thank you, buddy.
Rambo.
Okay, fine.
There you go.
Just a hard bargain, but
Yes.
yeah.
You good?
So yeah, I mean, this place is just unbelievable, and I can't thank Paul or everybody else, you know, that's down here enough. It is just like treatment. I say treatment to people. It's like the place is us. You know what I mean?
Don't have that.
And that's what every person is part of. What gives this place a specialness that's here. You know what I mean?
And that's how you feel when you come down here.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a family. It's like that, and it's touched all the time by everyone. And it's just every day of recovery is. Then, especially today, was an amazing day, and the experiences I had were just unreal. They're just like the things that keep happening, the miracles keep happening. It's just, it's a better drug. Like he was said, it's a better drug than drugs. You know what I mean? It's like that is more addicting to me than what the drugs were. So.
See, and I think like that's huge for. I mean, I was an addict. Like I introduced myself. You know, I'm in an AA meeting. I'm an alcoholic. I'm an AA. I'm an addict. But straight up, I was an addict. And I can come here and like I don't get singled out for being an addict, and I feel I fit in. You know, like that's a big part for my recovery is to feel like I fit in somewhere, and I got that from day one here. when I walked in the doors 5.5 years ago here at this place. So,
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
just the diversity of people that are here too. That's the other thing. There is not one type of person that you don't see when you come in the door. I mean, everybody. That's what's really so special too. It just touches every base. I mean, there's no barriers for anyone to walk through that door and have the time of their life. That's what I gotta say.
and I think that's the goal here. Is like we want, like Paul's vision. We had him on a few weeks ago, and he talked about what you guys shared about. Like you come in here, it's a party without the drugs. We're slowly, as you can see, we're slowly getting this room through that. Each week we get more and more stuff, but like that's the vibe here. Like we want like to feel like you're part of, and not just a bland room with a few steps on the wall. So
Compared to the meeting room, this is really. But yeah, he's got a lot of work to do. So that's good though. Yeah.
no, that makes it fun.
It's awesome.
Like, I'm like, ooh, I found this over at the thrift store. It's coming. Or donations, we get a bunch of those too. But thank you, my guy. I
Yeah,
appreciate
brother.
it. Jordan, batters up.
Oh.
Hi, my man. What do your goals look like today?
Well, I'm trying to practice more of self-care. You know,
Nice.
I'm really moving away from worrying about everyone else and trying to control everything I can't control and start focusing on my own life. You know, it's the first time I've ever tried getting sober. I'm 80 days sober now, and
Hang on. I don't know if the audience hears that, but like, hey, kudos, bro. 80 days is huge.
yeah. And I graduated inpatient treatment, just started outpatient treatment, and you know, I'm starting to become a productive member of society again. You know, getting a gym membership, feeling healthy, and you know, this place just makes me feel at home. You know, as soon as I started coming here, man, it's, you know, I love the ticket system they do.
On Friday nights, there's a call-up meeting, so when you walk in, they hand you a ticket, and then throughout the night, they call off a number, and when that number of yours pops, what do?
Then they just tell you
Your
what
turn,
you're doing,
right.
doing pre-recovery, you know,
Right.
and get whatever off your chest, and it's nice, man.
That's cool.
I tried
Listen,
to
what are
mention
you grateful for in your life today?
I'm grateful for my daughter's mother getting a hold of me last weekend. Actually, I haven't been in her life for 7 years. Just last weekend, she got a hold of me, and she was sending me videos of her graduating grade school, and she's just growing into a beautiful young lady, you know. And I'm blessed, you know. I'm blessed to be here today. I'm blessed to be sober, and I'm blessed to be able to feel my emotions again without using drugs.
Right. That's huge. Bro, thank you so much for being here, man. I appreciate you. And hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you next Friday, right?
Be here, bro.
All right.
Come on up.
Come on.
Here.
Come on. Come on.
You can finish.
What's your name, my guy?
I'm Zach and I'm a recovering addict.
Zach, welcome to the podcast. How did you hear about Will Work for Recovery?
Man, I heard about Will Works last year and I mean,
I'll comfortably get on that one. Yeah, there you go. It's just, I haven't sort of aimed right at you, but
So
you
I-
heard about this last year?
yeah, I heard about it last year and it doesn't matter. Everyone has something good to say about Will Works. It doesn't matter who you are. I mean, right when you walk in the front door, you can tell the atmosphere is different from any other type of meeting just by looking around. You know, I got nothing but good things to say about it.
No, that's awesome. Thank you for saying that. Now, what kind of goals do you have for yourself in recovery today?
Man, just working the program because last time I did the recovery thing, you know, I never worked the steps. So my goal this time is to get in the big book, work the steps, come to meetings 5 days a week, and just work the program, get a sponsor, all the good stuff.
I'm good. Thank you. That's awesome, Zach. I appreciate it. Don't go nowhere yet. What I also wanted to tell the audience, everyone listening, is as you see over my shoulder, American Pie Pizza's in the house again for the second week. You can, hey, listen, we talked about it. I don't talk about places unless it's for real. Will from American Pie Pizza brings in pizzas. He's one of the, you know what, he's a product that will work for recovery as well. Come on down here and check this pizza out too, if anything else. You're all welcome to come on down. And the format that we're doing here on the show is we got a lot of people that are in here, as you see on the camera, and I'm just going to be cycling through people, and if you have any questions for people, post them up. And you're all welcome to come on down to We'll Work for Recovery to be part of this podcast. 2520 North 2nd Street, Minneapolis. Who do I got sitting right here?
I'm Jordan.
Get on that mic. Who are you?
I'm Jordan.
Jordan. You were here last week, I thought.
I was here last
Were you on the
week.
show?
I was not.
Have you ever been on the show?
I have a couple of times.
So, how is your life looking like today?
Oh, my life is beautiful today. I have my son here with me.
Hey, son, come here, Bon. Son. Hey, I need him to get your spot. Hey, bro, switch up with him for one moment. Just for a moment. You're up, coming out. No, you stick tight. Because I still got another question for you. Like I said, we're cycling through people, so bear with us. I'm going to get this stuff all figured out, and we're going to get it all handled up. No one, I haven't got no one going back there. No one's, that's all. So.
No, life is really good. I was super stoked today. I was rushing out. I left a half hour early because my son's now in high school, right? In
High school?
I know. And high school means he gets out earlier. And one of my favorite things to do is to hang out with my kid because he's so much fun and he's such a good kid. And we're going go-karting this weekend and doing all kinds of fun stuff. We got to go to the skate park today. You see each of the skate
Third layer?
No, not third layer. There's one
Is that a skate park too?
It is.
Third layer is a skate park.
How long have you been skating for?
About 2.5 years.
Oh, so you're getting good, huh?
Yeah.
I remember Rob told me about that too. He's like, oh yeah, little man, he skates too, because Rob's a skateboarder too. I didn't know this goofy feet can handle skateboards. I like to make fun of him about it. So whatever. So Jordan got her boy in the house, and like the reason your boy's in your life today is what makes that possible.
Recovery.
We all know that that's the answer, but I like for people to talk about that because I think that is a big deal. And what's up, bud? Welcome. Glad you guys are here. So Jordan, what kind of what's some goals for you in recovery?
What was some goals for me?
What are some?
Oh,
We don't care about past goals. I mean, we do because that's stuff we. About some goals that you have.
Oh gosh, you know what, Timmy?
I think it sucks. Here,
Following.
let's do this. No, I want to hear about it. Go ahead.
I know that what I do want to do is my work offers tuition reimbursements. And I would like to go to school.
Keep going. I need you to keep throwing that up with all your goals.
Let's see, a goal would be to move into a house of my own. Right now, renting. Gosh, you know what? I've really been struggling. If I'm going to just be honest, lately I've been struggling with purpose because I feel like when I have my son, right, I have so much purpose and drive and life is good. And then I find myself feeling, I don't know, I guess maybe restless. I mean, I kind of did all the things that I had, all the goals that I had in recovery, I've accomplished. Getting my GED, getting my license back, joining the union, getting my son back, getting a motorcycle.
I thought you had a motorcycle.
These are all the things that I've accomplished that were goals of mine. So now it's time to set some new goals, but actually somebody recommended, a friend of mine from some new meetings I've been going to recommended doing some online purpose things, but I know that I do really well with helping people.
New meetings.
Yeah, I just moved, so of course I
You
had
did
to.
get a new spot. You're out of jail.
We're in Forest Lake, yeah.
Did you just say that, Megan? Hear you.
No, but the new skate park is in Hugo,
So that's nice.
Yeah, and I have a lot of friends out there too.
So what grade are we in?
I'm in 9th grade.
That's high school for you?
Yeah, freshman.
9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, all in one building?
Yeah, I believe so.
Ooh, are we doing good up there?
yeah.
All right,
I
good.
can't see any comments. Is nobody commenting?
We had a few, and so again, if I need someone to listen to the show and tell me how our sound's going, because I have a feeling we might have some issues with something, just based on a few of the things I'm getting on feedback.
Mr.
Plus-
Jones, if you're listening, could you go ahead and shoot me a text and let me know that you are?
Mr. Johnson, you know?
No, Mr. Jones.
Oh, it's me, huh? Or Ken, someone. Oh, we are eating pizza. Some of the best pizza ever. Did you get some pizza?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
What's this like coming to something like this with Mom? For you, like,
I like it.
Do you?
I get to see both sides of it.
what do you mean both sides?
I mean, my family has a long line of addiction and stuff too.
Okay.
Coming here, helps me see like both sides, you know.
You get to see the good mom.
Yeah.
The good mom. Mom, is there anything you want me to have son share about tonight?
No, we kind of just went over things you might ask for some serious things, and he's kind of ready. You can ask him whatever you want to, Timmy.
I'm just making sure we're on the same page. So, like you said, you dealt with some. You know, real quick, what are you grateful for in life today, my man?
Man, I'm grateful for my sobriety. Just another day to be alive, you know, because when I was in my active addiction, didn't really care to live or go on anymore. So I'm grateful to be alive every day. grateful to be having sober fun and meeting new people.
Oh yeah. No, that's all, bro. Thank you for being here. Zach, next Friday I'll see you.
I'll be here.
Alright, that is up, brother. Come on. So, mom coming to these rooms, you coming with mom. Now, you guys live together?
I stay with my dad.
Okay.
I come over to time.
But like, it's no issue hanging out with mom. You don't mind it. You like to come hang out with mom.
Oh yeah, no, I love it. I have a lot of fun.
And you kind of support mom doing all this stuff, like this recovery stuff, and no, that's good. I don't know. Listen, I've interviewed a few. Matter of fact, we had someone on the show, your same age, who's in addiction. 2 weeks ago, we had saying they go to a sober school, and she's just getting into 9th grade. So it's like that was different. Like I haven't ever talked to anyone at that age, and like I'm glad to see you on. And like, how is like what are you looking forward to with this school year? That's a good one. What are you looking forward to with this school year?
I might join a STEP program, which is where you go to job sites and help build like cabinetry and construction.
Oh, heck
And
yeah.
I'm doing intro to welding, which is really cool.
Heck yeah, dude. That's like something you've been interested in, passion kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, welding's one of my career choices. Like skating and none of that works out.
That's right. Skating doesn't work out.
Definitely guns is another passion.
Doing what?
Guns is another
Like
passion.
guns?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Hunting.
Have you been out shooting ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's big into hunting.
That's good. No, that's awesome. You and dad go hunting?
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, that's what's up. So here's a good one. Anything you want to add? Anything you want to talk about, or like for me to bring up and talk to you about?
I don't really know, but if you have any questions, just ask away.
Well, then here, you guys are gonna hang out for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna boot both you out there, no? But
That's good, 'cause I was in the middle of a party.
before you go, Jordan, I need to know what you're grateful for. And hey, thank you for coming on, little man.
No problem, man.
You okay coming back on if I need you?
Oh, yeah,
If I come up with
sure.
some more questions from the audience? Perfect. Thank you, brother.
Timmy, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for everything today. I mean, I feel like I can get through anything in life with gratitude, no matter how big my problem is. If I look at it with gratitude and in my heart, you know what I mean? I can get through it.
That's what's up. And thanks for sharing that too. Like, all right, one last thing. If there's a woman out here listening tonight struggling, what's your advice for them?
My advice
Or suggestion?
is to get connected with other women, find a sponsor with these steps, and really work with them through your life to home and see how it continues to show up and you know, for the humility part makes memories and watch your life start to change. I mean, if you're feeling broken, you don't know how to do it, you can't do it. I started using at 14. It took me 20 years to get in these stores and stay in these stores. It took me 20 years to get 6 years. I'll have 6 years in November.
20 to get 6. And those 6 has been awesome, right?
We're working on 6. I can't claim 6 yet.
Me neither.
No.
I like to say almost 6.
But November.
Jordan, I love you. Thank you for coming on and always supporting me. And I'm looking forward to you coming back on.
I love you.
All right. Go grab someone to take your place. It's your job to fill that seat. Who are you?
My name's Bo.
Bo.
I'm qualified.
You're qualified. Oh, I meant to say don't touch that mic. Now you're stuck having to fix all this. But this is Bo. So this thing, matter of fact, tell us about yourself.
My name's Bo. Got a 23-year history.
You have to lean closer.
Rocking a little over 7 years right now. And even still, right now, completely nervous that someone wants to hear something that's a part of me and where I'm from or what I've done. Kind of freaks me out a little bit still.
What do you mean? Like,
Well, you know, a lot of times people say they want to hear the truth, they want to figure stuff out, and then you open your mouth and they want you to be quiet. We don't talk about that kind of deal. And then when you're the one that's wanting to give any of those things, and
I
then
feel like
the
we're talking
moment-
about a specific situation.
the moment it's asked, it's like, you really?
So, all right, here, let's go to a different one. How do you know about World Work for Recovery and how long have you been coming here? How long have you been coming here and how do you know about World Work?
I've been coming to World Work for Recovery long before they switched sides.
Okay, so about at least about 5 years.
Yeah.
All right.
Funny enough, for a moment in time, one of my closest road dogs out there got himself clean, and he's like, "Hey man, you want to go to this meeting?" And I got to show up here
at least one time with not one, but 4 of my old road dogs sitting in the same room, same circle, and we're all sober, at least for that moment.
That's you call that a gift of the program, right?
That was given to me in a time when I would sit in my room and ask God to give me just one Crazerton.
Give you just one what?
Crazerton.
What's that?
Yeah, well, one year a former Floronius tweet-free, Crazertons are a common theme. And if you call yourself normal, you can't be around it. So I need a Crazerton.
Bro, I've never heard that before. I've never heard that before, ever. Sit tight. Who are you?
My name's Evan.
Oh, sorry, Evan. Check it out. You're gonna have to get close to the mic uncomfortably. I know. Oh yeah, just hold it while you talk. Sorry. Who are you?
Yeah, I'm Everett.
Everett. How do you know about World War III recovery?
A guy, what the hell is his name? Samuel, a guy from Houston that was at the sober house I'm at, brought me down here. I guess it's only been 7 weeks ago or something, but I've been coming real regular since. Yeah, I love the place, man. I mean, this is no church basement. It's probably about the most comfortable setting, as far as I'm concerned, out of any meeting.
I need you to elaborate. What do you mean the most comfortable setting? We know it. I'm going to ask some questions that might seem pretty dumb to us, but people out there have never been here. I have quite a few listeners that have never been here. What do you mean by that? When you're
all the leather sofas. I mean, you could just kick back. The place is decorated kind of like a roadhouse or something, you know. You know, it's not a church basement. You're not sitting in folding chairs and everybody's kicked back. It's chill. Yeah, thanks, man.
And I give away all my I give away everything before I get my own. So you would suggest this to anyone looking for somewhere to go in recovery?
Yeah. Young and old, I mean, it's just a fun setting, you know, and the crowd is even better. So it's my choice for meeting, you know.
All right. Who are you?
I'm Jared. I'm an addict.
Jared and an addict. And who else are you to work for recovery?
I'm on the board at Will Work for Recovery and also chair on Monday nights.
All right, that's a lot of good titles now. But I'm going to break some of that down. What can you tell us about some events coming up for Will Work for Recovery?
Our very next event is the 10th, which is 2 days away on Sunday. And we are going to Stockholm Go-Karts in Cokato, Minnesota. And these are racing go-karts. They are not like your typical Valley Fair go-karts that go about 15 miles an hour. These go 40 plus miles an hour.
40 plus.
It is a very long racetrack, and it is a great time. We're meeting here at 12:15 at Will Work for Recovery on this Sunday the 10th, and we're going to leave at 12:30. We are going to head to Cokato, and anyone is welcome to join that in recovery. And you have to be 14 years or older, and it is $50, but it's well worth the money. And we have the track from 2 till 5 o'clock, and we are doing a potluck, so there'll be hamburgers, hot dogs, and macaroni and cheese provided. We're asking people to bring salads, chips, something to drink, and we hope to see everybody out there. The next event after that is September 23rd, and that is the open house for Will Work for Recovery. We're going to have a live band in the parking lot. We're going to have a bouncy house. We're going to have face painting. We're going to have food. This is all free to everybody. We're also asking for donations because this is a self-supporting center. And we thank everybody for the support on that day as well. That's September 23rd, and that's from 11 till 6 p.m.
One last thing I want to ask about. I know Halloween's coming up. Are we doing anything for those type of days?
We are going to have a Halloween party. We're also we're a costume party. We're also working on a haunted hayride right now. And so we don't have that scheduled just yet, but it should be by the end of this week. So maybe next week on the podcast we can get that date out there.
So next thing I want you to elaborate on is your goals in life today. Go as deep as you can.
Oh wow. My goal in life is, still one day at a time. If someone asks me if I'm going to drink or use, I say not today. I would never say I would never do it again. My goal in life is to do the next right thing and provide for my family
family and help another addict. And you can only keep what you have by giving it away.
All right, last thing. What are you grateful for?
Definitely grateful for my recovery. Grateful for the opportunity to be part of Work for Recovery, which changed my life since the first day I walked through the doors.
Oh yeah. I usually say last thing, gratitude. But what would you tell someone if they were like, what is Work for Recovery? What's the best description you could give to someone?
Well, being that I've been through 2 treatments and to all kinds of NA and AA meetings that I was failing miserably until I walked through the doors of Work for Recovery. It may be life-changing for you like it was for me. It's a different setup. It's a whole different atmosphere than your typical any A room that you walk into. And so definitely give it a try and change your life.
Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you and thank you for all you do here at Work for Recovery. Fill that seat. Have someone fill it. All right, now, I'm sorry about the mic. We're going to have that all taken care of next week. I'm going to try to move out. I don't know what happened. I need you to tell us, what are you grateful for in life today?
I am grateful that I don't have to drink today.
You don't have to?
I don't have to drink today.
You didn't think I was going to follow up with a why.
Well, by the grace of God.
All right.
And the help from my support, New Way will work. Paul's sponsoring me. I'm tired of trips to the hospital, and I don't have to do that anymore. And there's a million things I'm grateful for. Gratitude's huge for me because if I don't find gratitude right away, when I get up in the morning, the first thing on my mind is, and so gratitude and acceptance.
Gratitude and acceptance. Brother, thank you. Can I put you on the spot and say, hey, if you're here at the meeting next Friday, can I get you on the show again?
Yeah.
I feel terrible about the whole mic situation. I need you back. So I need you to grab Bell and have him sit here. Bo, what are you grateful for in life today?
Probably the biggest one is the opportunity to face the fears, and I'm grateful to be able to stop my thoughts.
Say it again. I'm sorry. You're just grateful for the what? To stop. What did you say about your thoughts?
To face the fears and to stop my thoughts.
Okay.
Because meditation's a huge part of how I get through each day.
Okay.
I learned that you could have time, as I did, walking forward, but I was still living in the past because my mind wanted to run 100 miles an hour, and I wasn't the one in control.
That's kind of deep, but I feel you. I hear what you're saying.
One last thing I got to share with you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, this is something I found. It's a little bit different rendition of the Serenity Prayer.
Okay, let's
It
hear it.
goes like this. God, grant me the serenity to stop beating myself for not doing things perfectly, the courage to forgive myself because I'm working on doing better, and the wisdom to know that you love me just the way that I am.
You made that up?
I didn't make it up, I found it, but it damn sure talks right about who I am.
That's huge, bro.
Anybody that's sitting out there right now that feels less than, not worth it, or any of those other things, what I just read, hopefully that speaks to you right there. And my challenge everywhere I go is before you go to bed at night, start telling yourself you're worth it, because everyone else can tell you that 1,000 times, but until you start, nothing starts to change.
Some positive affirmation type stuff.
Yep.
And it does make a difference.
The mental health's a big deal, man.
Bo, thank you, my guy. I'm tasking you with grabbing either Rob or grab one of my guys over here. You need to fill that seat. And what's your name? Why are you here?
My name is Forrest Green. I'm a grateful recovering addict and alcoholic.
Okay.
I'm here because I have an amazing God who's given me multiple chances over and over again. If we're going to start off with why I'm grateful, let me rewind that again and say that I have an amazing God who can do anything, and He has created an opportunity for me to, once again shine my light and be hopeful for the future. I'm just blessed and highly favored to be able to be here with all of you guys today.
Oh yeah. How did you hear about Work for Recovery?
So me and Jared actually used to live together. And
Jared, the coordinator guy was just on that dude.
Yeah, we used to tell people we're twin brothers actually.
Yeah, I can see it totally.
Exactly.
He's a little darker, but
yeah, we used to say we had the same mom, different dad.
Same mom, different dad. I like it.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
like it.
We hatched the same egg or something like that. But yeah, we used to run wild, and then as I really started looking for help, I had reached out because I knew that he was a part of this program and another NA meeting. He invited me to go to the one that he hosts where they play kickball and
The Tuesday night?
The Tuesday night meeting, yeah.
And hey, that's the thing. You know. Yep. Sorry. Go ahead. What was that?
4101 Washington, Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. It's a great meeting. It's where my home group is. But I obviously needed to see why I'm here today is because I need to go to more meetings. I had that revelation that meeting makers make it. There was Jimmy being one of the guys that inspired me last Tuesday, and showed me, hey, if you really want this, you got to go for it. Like you go for, like I used to go for the dope. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like I go for everything else. So hopefully, I was actually hoping to jump on here so I could bless y'all with a recovery rap that I wrote.
Come on. Hang on. Let me break everyone out. There you go. Let me hear you real quick. 1, 2.
Check.
You're good. This is all you.
Lord, forgive me. I know this life I'm living ain't right. You willing to take my soul if I don't make it through the night? I gotta fight as I struggle to keep my skin on tight. In the world of darkness, I'm trying to see the light. So Lord, forgive me. Lord, help me change my struggle, bring back joy to the game. I'm so tired of pulling all-nighters through the snow and the rain. They call it Cain, but I know the truth because what I'm selling is pain. Attracted to the fast lane like a if you ain't got nothing to lose, is it really something to gain? If you ain't got nothing to prove, then why you living so vain? So break my chains, Lord, set me free. And hold my enemies and let me be. Because times it's hard to turn the other cheek. So make me strong, Lord, my flesh is weak. I can't sleep at night because I'm knowing that my life ain't right. And then I try to take my life to let my soul take flight, but hold on tight. Please, Lord, don't let me fall. Before I walk in your word, I got to learn to crawl. I see the writings on the wall, but I can't read it. I got a hunger deep inside, but I can't feed it. And see, my life is so material, knowing that I don't need it. Society's messed up ways make me believe the Lord forgive me. I know this life I'm living ain't right. You're willing to take my soul if I don't make it through the night. I gotta fight as I struggle to keep my skin on tight. In the world of darkness, I'm trying to see the light. The days get longer and longer, the nights get colder and colder. Trying to knock this chip off my shoulder, just trying to start hard to stay sober. I swear to God I would change and rearrange the game. But this bullshit's still the same. I'm still trapped in the mind frame of being trapped in the dice game. Coming up on small change, they never did no thanks from me. My first true love was Hennessy, and now the judge wants to sentence me. Let it go, let it be, ain't nothing free. You still a slave, I'm standing strong, but still afraid. The world is filled with evil ways and vicious games that people play. Malicious lies that people say. Live your life day to day, check to earn respect. Keep straight ahead with no regrets. Your life's a gamble, place my bet. Your life's a gamble, place is bet.
Listen. Alright, yeah. Hey. Again, you blessed the show, thank you.
Yeah.
That was nice. How long did it take you to come up with that?
Man, I write a lot. I write a lot, yeah.
So I could task you with something like, all right, so next Friday you'll come with something else?
I could come drop, I got jewels for days I can drop on you, absolutely.
All right, well.
One last thing I want to say.
Go ahead, come on.
Recovery is fun. It doesn't have to be boring. That was one of the biggest things I was scared of when it was time to get sober was will I be bored? I'm here to tell you right now that, my counselor told me do dopamine creating activities. So get out there, hit local national parks, hike, do all the running, go out with your friends, go to batting cages, come to these events that Jared is throwing. This is fun. Being on the mic here and doing this podcast is fun. You know what? That's the biggest lie that they're going to tell you is that stop drinking, stop running a gun and using drugs is boring. That's bullshit. It's fun.
Right. No, I agree with you. That was a lot of our fears coming in. I don't know if I knew it was a fear, but before coming to these rooms, I know in the back of my mind, it's like, well, now what? Something like that, like what now? Like all I've been doing was out running and gunning for 15, 20 years. It's like what next? Thank you. Thank you.
Let me give up the mic.
Yeah, grab someone.
Yeah.
My name is Jimmy.
Jimmy, welcome. Who are you?
My name is Bill the Egyptian.
Bill the Egyptian, welcome. Who said down first? I had you on first. All right. How do you know about World War II recovery, Bill?
Let me give a summary how I ended up here. I was in the army and I got shot in the head.
Yeah.
And then after 23 years, I came to America.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But I have a month to live, right? So thank God they had to take a piece out of my skull, but then after that, they had to give me 500 pill a month, like oxy or some sort of drug.
Right.
Guess what? God saved me, but ever since I became an addict, I'm trying to kill myself every day by being addicted to heroin. So thank God for Minnesota. Thank God for providing a lot of chances over here, unlike anywhere else in the world. Been to 8 countries and nobody does what Minnesota does. Trust me.
That's nice to hear. All right, so we sidestepped my main question. How'd you hear we'll work for recovery?
A friend, I was at 2014, I guess, and somebody told me, oh, there's a nicer meeting.
A nicer meeting.
Yeah, there's couches, there's ping pong, there's football, food, and most of all, there's community.
Is that what you feel when you come here? Is all those things? Like the community part?
Of course. I mean, Paul used to call me when I was out and about almost every single day. You know, that dude is not here for, it's not in it for money, it's not in it for fame or anything. We literally care about every and each one of us.
Right.
In this place, yeah.
Hey, Belle, what are you grateful for today? Like, where's your gratitude sitting today?
I'm grateful for God, of course, this place, my girlfriend who stood by me even though when I was getting high. You know?
Right.
So, and you guys.
Thank you.
That.
You know, one last thing is, tell me one of your goals. What's a goal you have?
Buying a house.
Buying a house? Yeah. Shit, this is usually what I'd say, all right, pass it. What are you doing to make that goal happen?
I'm working 7 days a week.
All right. I'm not just holding you to the close. You plan on coming back next Friday?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, go find someone to take your seat. Jimmy.
Yep.
How'd you hear about what we're... I'm figuring out my mute buttons. How'd you hear about this place?
Through a friend, Joel. I got out of prison, and I was trying to do 90 meetings in 90 days. He started taking me to a bunch of different meetings. He took me here. I loved it. Ever since I've been coming. January.
So, I've been asking everyone who hops on, and I'm going to ask you, like, if someone came up to you on the street who was struggling, I was like, look, man, I need a meeting. I heard about We'll Work for Recovery. Why should that be the place I go? What would you tell? Get close on that mic.
It's a comfortable place to be. There's a lot of support here. It's almost every day. So
we have meetings every day.
Yeah. So,
but the big ones are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every morning and every day at 1, and every night at 7. So yeah, I guess every day.
Yeah.
So you would just tell them, like, look, you can fit in here, type of deal. And you know what? Like, let's call it what it is. Because I've had Rob on the show too, and I'm gonna bring this up. You both got some face tattoos, and I know he shared about that, like how people wanted to judge and early recovery. I know there's a reason for that, bro. Oh, I'm fucking with you. I want to ask both of you about this because you shared about this more than once. You're like, there were certain meetings you go to where, like, in early recovery, you got in your head about it. Like, you used to say, like, I know people see me a certain way, or you thought they did, like.
Well, it's because they did. Most of the time.
You think so?
No, because they actually told me that.
But they didn't. You know what? I don't want to mess with you with all your little tidbits, or what?
You know, probably one of the best things that I heard is when I was in Florida, this other addict said to me that, you know, when I first got here, you were one of the people that, like, I would stay away from because I was scared of you, you know, and she's like, the beauty of recovery is that now you're one of the happiest people that I know. You know what I mean?
And you coming up on what, 8 years?
Yeah,
8 years.
up on 8.
How long you been here? How much time you got?
I got 4 years.
4 years. Have you experienced anything like what he's talking about?
Absolutely. All the time people tell me they judge me off my face and my gang affiliations and stuff like that. And what they seen isn't what they got. I'm a lot nicer.
Yep.
My spirit is peaceful now. Yes.
I mean, would you say though a lot of it is because of recovery? I know, I steal your answers all the time with you guys. But we know why we are where we're at today, and the majority of it is because of recovery. Like prior to these rooms, you probably were that guy that people were talking about, right? I mean, were you?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't introduced
I don't know, I
you.
wasn't like, you know, the baddest guy on the block, but like I really thought I was, you know what I mean?
But you were out, you know, you caused yourself to earn a reputation, let's put it that way.
Right. Well, that's because I came away from, and that's exactly what it did, you know, and it.
Oh, the opposite of addiction is connection.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that I didn't want, you know, I wanted people to be away from me, you know, and like, you know, when I came into recovery, they were like, okay, well, that's because you don't want people to know the real you. And upon coming into this program and actually working through steps, and now today I get to be the person I was supposed to be, you know, before all that, and like that's soft. Straight up, man. I'm soft, bro. I ain't scared a minute.
That's a persona. That's just,
baby. What's up?
That's not, you know.
I like puppies, man, flowers and stuff. Yeah, for sure, dude. You know.
I like long walks on the beach.
Hey, I like them.
I like wind in my hair.
For sure, I sure do.
Your mom comes.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Whatever, man. It's cool, man. It's all right, man. You know, and like today, I actually like hugs. What?
Yeah.
When I first got in the room, I was like, you ain't fucking hugging me. Hell no, he ain't hugging me, dude. Weird ass dude. When I see that dude over there looking at me, man, I don't trust that dude. And now I'm like, man, I'm over on the job site at work, like, oh, that's right, I'm not in any meeting. You know what I mean?
I have to check myself a lot of times.
Right, be hugging the boss and shit, and they're like,
It's usually older white guys that get goofy when they go to hug them. No, I'm serious. Like I did that when me and Bob went fishing. Like I hugged Bob. He's in recovery, but we went to a tournament and I hugged this dude. He was looking at me strange the whole time. I was like, yeah, dude thinks you like want him. Yeah, no, I think I'm a hog type of shit, but I get it. Then that's what recovery gave me.
oh yeah,
That type of, I don't know, human connection or whatever. But
and the thing is too is that like, you know, one of the biggest things that I learned is that like they say that what you put off in the atmosphere you're gonna get, right? So I didn't have the opportunities then. I mean, like, dude, like, so cancel the drugs out, just who I was as a human being. Like, I didn't have the opportunities that I have today. Like, today people are like, hey, by the way, I got this opportunity for you. By the way, I got this opportunity. Here you go. Here you go.
Doors open up.
Noticing the change in you, so I just wanted to let you know that like you're being talked about when you're not around, and it's like it's good things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like even like the best thing about it is that like today I know that I have options. Like for instance, like I'm kind of getting sick of the work I do. You know what I mean? And it's like I know that like if I wanted to, I could walk away a month. You know what I'm saying? Like I could. You know, and like and I'd be okay. You know, whereas before it's like, you know, oh I gotta. I don't need to do that, which I'm probably not good at, but
So the difference is if you did it today, you put a 2-week notice in, you make sure you had a job lined up before you left.
Right, and then make sure to tell them to go, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, like, I now work in the field of recovery. I don't know if I even told you that.
You kind of, we talked about it.
Yeah, I'm a weekend housing coordinator.
Yeah, hey, hang on.
Yeah.
So we hijacked Jimmy's spot. Hang on a second, Rob.
Yeah.
All right. What's some goals for you today in recovery?
Some goals is getting a house, having stability in my life with my kids, a stable relationship, being able to help my dad. He's getting older.
Yeah, it's huge.
Oh yeah. That's
maybe doing some night school.
That's good then. But when it comes to recovery, I hold people over the clothes for this when they come on the show. What are you doing for your recovery today? And don't say come and do a Friday night podcast.
No, yeah, I'm hitting a lot of meetings.
What does that mean? I'm hitting a lot of meetings. Like you got a home group, or do you
go to a lot of meetings?
Yeah, I go to a lot of meetings.
I see him at a lot of meetings.
Yeah.
How close I am.
So I got a sponsor. I'm living peacefully as opposed to when I was living like not so peacefully.
It's a good way of putting it.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, meet people, talk more. Doing service work for the community. I cleaned up Lake Street about 2 weeks ago.
Hey, that right there was like. So I'm gonna interrupt you real quick, right? So I remember before you went in, and I remember how you were and the things you were doing and stuff like that. And hey, when I read that, I was like, yeah, man, like this dude's changing. Like,
what do you mean? You mean when you guys were out and about?
No, I didn't know him from the streets, but I had seen him, you know, pop in and out as most of us do. you know, where we kind of get that seed planted. I mean, like obviously you saw your little brother, his life change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He went and got a good career and all that stuff. So I mean, that had to have planted a seed.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I remember you kind of coming in, you know, it's like, you know, you dip your foot in the water, you know, and then it's like, we start to learn like what's at stake and what recovery is really all about. And it's like, now it's like I see that and it's like, I didn't go pick up the streets when I had that amount of time. I was like, man, that's huge, you know. And that's the best thing about it is because like the thing I love about seeing that is like you're not like some clean cut dude that like came in here and everybody's gonna expect that from you. Like that's the best part is that like people aren't gonna expect that.
You're going for a loop.
You know what I'm saying? And like that was one of the things that like my sponsor shared about me. You know, when I got my clean time, and he's like, it's the wide bandwidth of people that you can impact just by being you and the change that you have. You know what I mean? That's powerful. Like people are gonna see that and they're gonna be like, whoa, wait a minute. You know what I mean? And like not only that, but like you're taking care of the earth that like we walk on. You know what I mean? And so many people take that for granted. You know what I'm saying? And I think I saw that post like after you had done it. I was like, man, I go through some trash stuff because I don't think about those things.
No.
So there's always a different thing that like somebody in recovery shows me about like recovery and growth and those things that like, man, that's huge. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, just to see that change, man, is that's what recovery is about. And like for somebody that's been here 7.5 years, you know, like recovery can kind of get stale at times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like you know, like you see some people, it's like, yeah, okay, you come in and then they can really spit the literature, and it's like, yeah, that's cool, but like, what are you really doing? You know what I'm saying? And when you read a post, or especially like, I read the one where it was like, you know what, even my enemies, I ain't got nothing but love for you. I could tell that moment that like there was like a little change growth right there. And it's like the best thing about it is that like it's just there's gonna be more. And there's gonna be more, you know what I'm saying? And it's like there's no telling where you could end up, you know what I mean? Like when you really do this recovery thing and you really work on yourself, you know what I mean? I've seen it, you know what I mean? Like
right, right.
like it's just it's crazy how that works. But we all know what happens if we use. You know what I mean? Like you got 3 options. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, that sucks. And like we go through so much pain just to figure that shit out. You know what I mean? Like
Unfortunately, that's how we do.
Yeah.
So I got a question that I want to ask both you, and then I'm booting you off. I'm going to ask you. This comes from Bridge. What does recovery mean to you?
Recovery means to me a lifestyle change that's moving in the right direction. That's not impacting the community or ourselves or our families in a negative way. Caring more.
Hey, Jack.
Sharing
Don't go. You're up after this. Sorry for interrupting you. Before I let you out though, do you have anything you want to add to anything I didn't talk about?
No.
All right, and then you're willing to come back on too?
Absolutely.
I appreciate you, my guy.
He's on a roll.
Yeah, grab her and make her sit down. Rob, what is your definition of recovery?
My definition?
Not the definition.
What does recovery mean to me?
Well,
is that what you're trying to say?
What does your definition of recovery look like?
Recovering what
Thank you,
lost.
guys. Thanks for blessing the show.
It's simple. Recovering what you lost. Or recovering something that you never had. You know?
Rob, what are you grateful
Getting all your
for?
shit back. No, I'm just kidding.
Rob, what are you grateful for?
Hey, that's what I used to think when I first got here. I was like, man, I can't wait to get all my shit back.
And then you start getting stuff back and realizing there's more to it.
No, it's an inside job. Inside job.
What do you mean it's an inside job?
Well, I mean, you know, because like when you come in and you have nothing, of course you're like, oh, I can't wait till I get this car, the bike, you know, the job, the house, the girl, whatever, you know, all these external things. But like the more that you stay, at least for me anyways, like it's the more that I realize that like what it really means to me. You know, and the growth, like it doesn't, you know, at least in my story, like you don't just come, like I thought I was going to get here for a year and then I was going to have everything figured out and that was it. That's all I needed. I was going to have the girl, I was going to have the white picket fence, I was going to have a little fire pit, you know what I'm saying? Like I had this all planned out in my head of like where I was going to be in a year and like obviously I didn't end up in those places. And, but the thing is that like I'm able to be okay with me. You know, and I'm able to know the things about myself that I'd like to change, and I'm able to identify them, and I'm able to suffer through them.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, it can be very, very painful learning about yourself. You know what I mean? And like, it doesn't just stop. You know,
Right.
at least it hasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, there's just so many more things to this recovery that like, that's the best thing about it is like I just said, you know, like you got 3 options out there: jails, institutions, and death.
Oh my.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But like yours, like man, you never really know. I mean, and you can stay stuck too. I stayed stuck for 3 years. You know what I mean? And like that's a shitty place to
But
be.
you would also say like there's no cap on this.
No,
there's
absolutely
no
not.
topping out.
No. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And
I ate pizza the wrong way.
He ate through his nose.
That's something, Jesus.
But
you're on camera.
Yeah.
So no, Bobby. I guess right now you're cool. Unless I get Paul to hop on here, you're gonna hold your seat for a sec. I guess. Who are you, young man?
My name's Dustin. I'm a drug addict.
First time I looked at you and I seen your son. That's weird. Now,
He's on my shit list right now.
Well, hey, what is that like being a father in recovery and being able to say something like that and like because of the right reason?
First of all, father in recovery. Look. Yeah. Look.
Hey, look at this dude. 2 minutes ago, like you're on camera.
Honestly,
get you back, eh?
I don't know what it is, but I'm blessed, right? Like I have 2 baby mamas, Jamie and Melinda. Shout out.
Shout out, Jimmy.
You know,
shout out, Jimmy.
If you need your house cleaned, your hair cut, holler at them.
We use this platform to, seriously, anyone listening, like if you got meetings you want to share about or anyone that comes on air and you want to talk about something, just like he did, like these 2 women in his life, he helps promote their stuff. Like we talked about American Pie, we talked about We'll Work for Recovery, and the other thing, Bridge, David, Jess, James, and Anthony, and Marty, and Jacob, and Will, and Ken. Everyone that keeps checking in, like, we appreciate the support. Jamie M. Hey. Alright, so, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut. Yeah, I did. But,
you see,
yeah, I know.
I got very, very, very lucky. Both of my kids' moms are very responsible. Both of my kids' moms are the consistents in my kids' life.
What's the consistency in your kids' life?
The one consistency in my children's lives has been their mothers, even when I wasn't able to show up. And that's the one thing that I think that like falls by the wayside, right? Like a lot of us as men, we're like, we work, we do this, we do that, but let's be honest. I mean, if both of them dropped my kids off at my house tomorrow and said, figure it out, I don't know what to do. I don't know what, look, I work a lot. I leave before they go to school. I mean, my kid, I got a phone call today saying, hey, someone needs to come to school right now. I'm not in a position to go to school right now. You know what I mean? And that's the one thing that, like, I think falls to the wayside a lot with the parenting. It's not just, buying school clothes and taking vacations and doing this, that, and the other thing. It's the 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, day in, day out, that, there is no paid vacations, there's no holidays, there's no nothing. And I am very, very, very lucky that both of my children's mom have their poop in a group. And hey, on that note, I will say, like, no matter what, obviously I've had more time with Jamie than Melinda because I was more in my addiction with Jamie. No matter what we were going through, no matter what was happening, no matter where I was, whether I was in treatment in another state, prison, whatever, she always made it a point that me and my daughter had a relationship. And because she knew at the end of the day, like, my daughter loved me no matter what, and she did everything she could to foster that, right? And I know a lot of guys that, go through hell with their kids, and I got lucky. So I made it 16 years, blown in 6, and no one's went to jail yet
over that.
I'm
going to ask you one more question here. Really, it's a 2-parter. What does the definition of recovery mean to you?
What does it mean?
To you, what does recovery mean to you?
Recovery to me, I'll go back to, I mean, there's a few words that I like to use. Consistent, sacrifice. I've got a quote I carry in my phone. It says, "Sacrifice is willing to sacrifice what I want right now for what I really want," and that's kind of recovery for me. Like, I had to sacrifice maybe what I want right now for what I want long term. And what I want long term is I want to be a good father. I want to see my daughter get married or get a career or have a baby, or whatever her life brings. I just want to be a part of that. The same thing with my son. Like, my son is a lot like me. You know what I mean? And I think that I got off easy with my daughter. She's pretty chill. You know what I mean? But I think my son's gonna give me the run for my money. But it also means that I get to show up, right? Like, if I'm using, his mom's out there by herself. If I'm using, that means I'm not showing up, whether it be, Christmas, birthdays, holidays, somebody to call when my kids are going through something. And the one thing, like, with my daughter is, like, we talk on on a pretty frequent basis, right? Like, if I was to not call her for a few days, she'd be like, "Where are you? Like, what's going on, bro?"
Hold you accountable to where you're at.
Absolutely. And that's the other thing that's really big in my recovery is the fact that, like, I don't try to get out of the camera shop to hit my vape. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we try not to advertise that around here, bud.
Okay. But, like, it's one of those things. My recovery is built by, being accountable, right? Whether it's the men in my life, the job that I have, like, I purposely make it a point to, like, check in with people. And because, I mean, if I didn't pick up my phone for 4 days, I'd have 30 guys calling me, like, "Where are you at? What are you doing?" Like, if I don't call my uncle first thing in the morning, he calls me like, "What, you're not working?"
Oh, he's on you like that.
Oh yeah, because it's just a pattern for almost 5 years. Every morning on my way in to the shop or whatever, he's up early too. So it's, "Hey, what's going on? What are you doing?" Blah 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 blah. It's
kind of the morning catch up thing. All right, my other question for you is, what does Will Work for Recovery mean to you?
What does Will Work for Recovery mean to me?
Yeah, this place.
It's everything, man. Like, I mean, anybody that's known me for years, like, I've tried everything, right? AA, NA, CMA, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, this works for me because I am a firm believer in working for your recovery. I don't hold back. I kind of just, if you want something, go get it, and that's what worked for me. And I'm not gonna lie, the first time I came here, the only reason why I came is because I heard they were cooking food. And
hey, a lot of us did.
I was in sober living. I had nothing. I had nothing, right? And I was like, okay, I can get a free meal every day. And
Carolyn was doing that.
Absolutely.
On the other side.
On the other side, and then, and the thing that Will Work has given me is, like, the friendships that I've built in this room. Like, I was the best man. I signed for somebody to get married, so I guess that's the best man. I was the only man there besides him. And Justin, and there's another guy in the program that asked me to be the best man in his wedding. And these are people that didn't know. I only know from this room. You know what I'm saying? And it's like me and Jen and her family just spent the weekend at the cabin.
And he's on the last. He's on the what does Will Work for Recovery mean?
Is this the second part question?
Yes.
And it's like, like I said, just the bonds I've built with these people. You know what I mean? So
I appreciate you, Dustin. Don't go far. Get on here, Dale. Who are you? No, you haven't even talked. Did you really think you're booty?
I'm going to be back, but I need to give someone a ride in a few minutes.
All right, well, who are you?
I'm Jen. I'm an addict.
Yeah, like you've been here before.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, Jen. So, let's get to it. What does Will Work for Recovery mean to you?
This place has changed my life, saved my life. It means the world to me. It just I can piggyback kind of off of what Dustin said.
Hell
Just
yeah.
The relationships that I've met in this room, and just I think I kind of explained it last time too. Just walking, it was one of my first meetings here, and just walking in and getting introduced to Carolyn and Paul, and Carolyn was right there to help me with a set aside at the time, and that was just like the best welcome I could have gotten. I needed help at the time, and she was right there to support me, and so that just really meant a lot to me. And and so I've just stuck around, and I've tried to get involved where I can and pick up, volunteer opportunities and things like that. So.
I did have another question that came in about last week. Do you have a question? Someone else? Oh, I have a question. You know what? We talked about gratitude, and we talked about some other things. I need to ask you, what does recovery mean to you?
Recovery to me means regaining my life, gaining my life back, and having discipline. I know for a while I was just living, kind of white knuckling it, and not really living in recovery, not making these connections, and not getting involved, and getting uncomfortable and doing things that, just stepping outside of my comfort zone, and just really it's gaining my life back, and having discipline, and focusing on the things that I want, and keeping away from all of the negative.
So the last thing, and I got this question that come up tonight, and I'm really liking it, is if some stranger comes up to you and they're struggling, some lady comes up to you and she's struggling, she's like, I need a meeting, and I don't know what to do, I'm struggling. What do you tell them?
I'll tell, get in the car, let's go to Will Work.
Nice. And they say, why? Why did Will Work?
Because everybody says the same thing when they come here. They feel so welcomed and loved, and this is just like a home to them. Like I just feel like nobody leaves here feeling like, oh, that was I didn't get anything from that.
Right.
Or, so.
Yeah, that's been like the consensus from everyone that's hopped on. They talked about how they feel they fit in. It's I feel at home.
Yes.
It's something like they've never experienced. I've got a voice here.
Yes.
And that's how you're getting support and help
from day one.
Yeah. Like Bell came on and said, that blew me away. I didn't know it. He's like, Paul called me every day. He just doesn't care about money, and that's things people think. He called me every day because he cares.
Yeah.
Like these are the founders of Real Work, and I don't know. We're gonna hear from Paul here why he does it. I was about to answer that for him, but whatever. I really appreciate you. You know what? Unless you can, grab her, get her in your seat.
Yeah, come on.
Who are you, young man?
I'm Paul Maricolton.
Hey, Paul. Welcome to the show. So you've been on once or twice before, and you know what? I guess I never asked this of you, and I want to know. What does Real Work for Recovery mean to you?
Man, this is what Real Work for Recovery means to me. Is I heard all night long. I hear about this place and Real Work Recovery. It's not about the place. It's about the program, right? It's what you apply. It's what you put into it. You get out of it. Granted, it's a nice place to chill, and you got couches. Everybody's got a voice. It's valid. It's important. But it's about the program, not the place.
What do you mean program?
It's about the program as a whole. The steps, recovery, sponsorship, mentorship, whatever it may be. It's about the program. Everybody knows what the program has to offer. If you're willing to make them sacrifices, make those decisions to change your life, it works. It doesn't matter where you go. But I'm glad to hear and honored to hear that people like it, and that they're comfortable here, because it is true, and everybody does have a voice. It's important. Our stories have power, man. To other addicts. And I am honored to hear that people like it here, because that's kind of what we tried to create, something that people like. Because like I always say in the meetings, find reasons to like this stuff instead of excuses to split, as you will.
Right.
We got more excuses to split than we do to stay. This stuff's much easier said than done.
Right. I think you kind of explained a lot of that now, but let's put a scenario in your hands real quick. Some guy comes up to you, doesn't know who you are, and he's like, hey, I heard about this place, Real Work for Recovery. What's it about? Like, why do I want to go there? What would you say to him?
Unprofessionally, I'd say it's a great place to hang out, man.
Right.
And get comfortable, period.
Like, get him in the door type deal, and then you can see for yourself.
I can't make anybody do this, man, but I can lead them to the water,
And if they want to drink it, they will. Like I said, it's about the program. It ain't about the place.
Right.
You know, they come in, get comfortable. Like I said, I really appreciate everybody talking about, you know, that it, you know, they get the help they need here. They feel welcome, which is a good thing. I mean, and that is our goal, man. That we just want you to feel welcome and that your voice is valid. I don't care what you say. I mean, we have a lot of fun here saying, you know, just say something at the end of the meeting. You know,
kind of explain that. Is that what we do? Like, explain that once to people. What do you do at the end of a big meeting with all these people? Not everyone can share. What do we do at the very last, at the end?
Well, it's a fact that everybody here shares. We either sing "Row, row, row your boat" at the end, or Silent Night, just something that, I mean, you're going to come out for an hour and you didn't get to share, man. You just got to say something. So we go around the room and say everybody's got a voice, it's valid, it's important. Say bacon, tell us what your favorite car is, your favorite color, just anything. And I'll tell you, I have watched and experienced that people that are doing that are all of a sudden sharing more and more and more once they say bacon. Before you know it, next week they're going bacon and eggs. Next week they're going bacon, eggs, and toast, and I love this place, and blah, blah, blah. Before you know it, you're going, okay, that's enough. You know?
Right, no.
So,
that's awesome. Like, and that's what we're trying to do with the show too. Like, Paul gave me a suggestion about it, and like, I think that's one of the best things. That another form of something we can offer here is like, come on down. Anyone listening, come on down, check it out. You've seen what we've done tonight, and you're all welcome. Like, this is not Paul's show. This isn't my show. This is a recovery community show. Like, come on down and like have a voice. If you want to say something, it's valid. Come down and share. Like, that's what we're trying to do here, and that's what Will Work Recovery is about. Is like, you have a voice and it's valid.
Absolutely.
And the other thing, Paul, is like, can I hold you to the coals on this one? Like, on any Friday you're here, like, more than likely I can get you on for at least a minute or two.
Sure.
Good. So, do you have any questions that you want to pose to our other two guests real quick for me?
Any questions for them?
Make them talk.
Yeah, that's epic.
No, that's good hosting. Take a break time.
I really don't. I love the question because it rounds everything up. What are you doing for your recovery? You know, why are you in recovery? All that other stuff. You know, I used to hate them one-liners, man, and now I'm just a one-liner kind of guy.
What do you mean?
Programs are complicated.
You know I'm going to make you elaborate. What do you mean you don't like them one-liners?
I said I used to not like them.
What do you mean?
And now I love them. My phone is filled with them. What I hear from people coming into these rooms, just those little one-liners, man. And you know why they bother you at first is because
they apply.
The truth hurts.
Yeah.
Right?
So just for today, or let it go, or this too shall pass.
They're simple facts.
Yes.
They're simple facts, man, and that's why I didn't like them, because I didn't like the facts. You know, and now the simple fact is that, listen, man, recovery, because I did get 9, I'm going to stay clean.
100%.
That's it.
It's almost a no-brainer. There's some work to put in there, but you got to, first thing, boots on the ground, show up.
That's right.
Show up.
So that's my question to you two.
Who are you?
Jessica.
Jessica. So what are you doing for your recovery, Jessica?
I am doing my step work with Miss Gracie. She's my sponsor.
Miss Gracie, we've had her on.
Yep.
Yes. The mother of recovery.
I'm here almost 7 days a week. If I'm not here, I go to 2218 with my housemates. I work full-time. I'm starting EMDR therapy, and I'm starting therapy twice a week for my recovery. So.
Okay, what would you tell to someone who asks about Will Work for Recovery? They come up to you like, hey, what's Will Work for Recovery? How would you explain this place to them?
That's my second home.
What if they thought your home was like a crack house or the trap house? So what do you mean that's my second home? Let's elaborate.
That's my old home.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how would you explain this to someone?
It is a place where people in recovery gather. It's like a giant family to me.
Yes.
Yes. Arms are always wide open. Everybody's got your back. Even if you don't need anything, it's very supportive here.
Yeah, good.
Hey, if I could just say something, you know, I really appreciate what you said, you know, when he says, what do you do? I'm doing this, what is it called, MRT or?
EMDR.
Yeah, you do, that's the stuff, that, I mean, why wander aimlessly, you know, you're doing stuff, Which brings me to like, we have a computer class.
I meant to ask you that. What is the computer class for? What is that called?
There's a computer class for people to take, and, why not try to better yourself and do stuff rather than just go to meetings. A very good friend of mine, Bob, always says, the rub your button in AA is when you rub your button to see, get your card signed and split. It just doesn't work. I mean, there's so much to offer in these programs, not just that Will Work Recovery. Places have, we've done Dangerous Men United, the beginning process of rust-free living, computer class, re-entry programs, and it hasn't been a big success. People aren't signing up for it. I think it's because of the weather, but like you said, when you said that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, why not? I mean, let's get better.
Real quick,
remain the same.
The Reentry Project, it's Will Work for Recovery and Reentry. It's a community-based approach to recovery through classes and provides vital information, peer support, resources, and the cognitive adjustments needed to do something different. And that's a guy who comes in here and basically, he volunteers his time. I think there's a small fee, 10 or 15 bucks, and if you want to come check it out and that's an issue for you, reach out to me. My number's going across the bottom of the screen. I can help you with that. If you want to try this out, you just don't have the 15 bucks, reach out to me, we'll get you involved. I think we're starting classes in a month maybe, or?
Well, we're waiting again, like I said, I think it's, weather permitting, it's summer, people are barbecuing, softball, there's a lot of stuff going on. So we're hoping once the weather gets a little cooler, people will, sign up for this stuff. We've got 12 computers, and we'd like to get at least 6 people that want to take the class before we get it started. So we've made the announcement, and like I said, if they ain't signed up, you can't make them. It's offered.
Right.
All this stuff is offered to you. I don't care where you go. There's all kinds of these programs being offered, man. You gotta take it.
Dustin's good about always saying, it's like, man, if there was a dope, man, like, would you just go up to him and ask him?
Yeah,
Like,
good point.
don't be shy. We all got high. Like,
that's right.
Fight for this. Like, it's out here, and like I said, you're worth it. So if no one's told you today, I'll tell you the one. Like, you're worth it, and you're loved, man. So check it out. Who are you?
I'm Dale.
Dale.
I'm an addict.
Right on, Dale.
What are you doing for your recovery nowadays?
Oh, wow. Everything I possibly can.
There you go.
I mean, again, came down here the first time, fell in love with the place, I haven't left, and that was almost 2 years ago. I mean,
And you're involved down here, correct?
yeah.
Like, what?
Like, so they can have a 1 o'clock meeting, just everything. There isn't a thing around here that if Paul can't do it, I can come down and do it, or vice versa. I mean, there's just everything I can do.
And like you shared with that once with me, like that's what helps for your recovery, right?
That is my recovery. I mean, for me to stay busy keeps me from being idle, and when you're idle, that's when bad things come across your mind. Well, the busier I am, the better my life is. It's weird. It's just, I met Paul down here for the first meeting I ever went to, and it just kind of went from there. From him helping me get a place in A+ housing for my first sober house, to making sure I was over here in Minneapolis so I could come to meetings here. They helped me along this way. Between him and Carolyn, I ended up having a place, and kind of like the ABCs of places, I guess. I had a place, had a better place.
A better place than a damn condo.
Yeah, it's the one-liners, and Paul's right. When Paul would always tell me, it's like, man, just shut up. I don't want to hear this one-liner again. And he's right. The more you hear it, the more it sticks in your mind. Like tomorrow, I think that was the first event I ever did for Will Works was last year.
Walk for Recovery.
Yeah, it was the Walk for Recovery, and I had a blast. So,
nice.
I mean, I cannot wait for tomorrow. So,
what's tomorrow? Share us all about it.
So we got the Walk for Recovery down in St. Paul at the Capitol tomorrow, and then it's taking place at 9 to 3, I believe. We'll be down there, and we are setting up a booth. Come on down, check it out. If you're sober for the day, you get a trophy. I'll be handing out water. Telling you about the place. There'll be people coming in and out. I know Miss Gracie's making an appearance to come down there. I'm not sure who else is stopping by.
I'm going to do my best.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's just going to stop down, take a turn sitting there talking to people and tell them about the place. Tell them this is the most unorthodox meeting you'll probably ever go to.
Absolutely.
But I love it, because if you would have asked me to go to an AA meeting or an NA meeting, there's no way in hell I'd be sitting where I'm at right now.
Right.
I mean, this place made me comfortable to be here.
I know you shared a lot about what this place means to you, and what do you tell a stranger who asks about it, who's never been here?
I mean, literally, I usually go to the first time I came, of how it made me feel coming here. You know,
You should probably chime in here anytime you want.
yeah.
About the first time you came, yeah. Come on.
I mean, the first time I came here, you know, you always hear something in the meeting that stands out to you. And we did. We had a guy stand up.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yep. A guy stood up and he said, if you really want to be sober and you really want to do this, you're going to want to come here. You're going to want to stay at the Emerson House. And I got up out of my seat. I walked over to Paul, and I didn't even know Paul. And I'm like, that's what I want to do. I need a sponsor. Can you help me? And that's almost been 2 years now.
And, you know, I'd like to reflect on, you know, something he says about Paul this, Paul did this, listen, Paul didn't do none but gave you a number. You did all this stuff. I told you to call this A+ housing. You did it. I didn't bring you there. I didn't, you know, co-sign anything.
No
That's what I
pedestals.
do. You know, you guys are doing this. People are doing this themselves. We just give you a number. We give you a location, whether it be a job. I don't care what it is. You know, you guys are doing this stuff. And
I mean,
that's
look,
important.
it's right here. We work for recovery. Yes,
I mean, here's the
genius.
number. Call this. You get into the place. You got in there. I didn't get you in there. I gave you the number.
But I mean, from stepping stone to the very beginning to where I'm at now, I mean, my life has changed dramatically from this place. I mean, and I still come here. And I mean, for a time you think you get bored with a meeting, and then you miss a meeting, and it's like, oh, and you hear something about it, it's like, oh man, I wish I would have been there. And then with the meetings, you're like, damn. So now it's just like I said, you know, we're here 6 days a week, 5, 6, maybe 7.
7 days a week. We are here.
I push for 7 days a week.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because we come down and you always get to meet someone new. Like tonight, I had some guy walk up to me. He's like, "Hey, I'm looking for a sponsor." And I'm like, "Oh, whoa, whoa! I'm not a sponsor material, but I'll gladly mentor you. I'll help you out. I'll do the things that I've been taught, and we'll go through it with that because helping out everybody should be a mentor. Doesn't matter how many days you have. Everybody can help everybody out, and that's the best thing about this place is you can come in here with nothing, and when you leave, you have something.
That's well put. I think that's good. What are you grateful for today?
I am grateful for I don't know. How can I just pick one thing? I am grateful for a lot. I'm grateful for everything.
Yeah, as many as you want. This is your time.
Everything. My kids, you guys.
Come on.
My sobriety, my sober house, my work, my friends, family. I saw my mom today, so that was really good.
Man, when I think of being grateful, I think of nice, clean, white socks.
He always does. He's the sock man. I've heard. You know what's funny, Paul? And I never told you that. It was a guy who came out of, was it emails?
Yeah, RS emails.
Yeah, he was like, "You mean the sock man? The dude with the handlebar mustache? He come in weekly with socks, like socks." I thought it was a trip because I remember there was a time that we went on this bike ride with dude who lost his leg. There was like 10 of us, and I was on that busted bike, and something happened. You spilled a drink, it went down your boot or something, and I used to carry this backpack with a toolbox, with like a luggage rack, everything. And I had a pair of socks, and Paul was so excited to have these socks that I gave him, and I was just like, "What's the big deal?" He's like, "No, it's the shit having nice, clean socks." I don't know, that always stuck out in my head when I gave you some socks, and you're so excited. I'm like, "Dude, they're just socks."
Well, it wasn't always that way. I remember wearing the same socks for days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
peel them out with a crowbar.
Right. So you put on a fresh pair of socks, you feel good, you can wiggle your toes all day and go, man, that feels good.
Especially when you got some toe problems, like you gotta hang, you know what I'm saying, if you have any feet issues, you're right, clean socks are nice. And you're right, not everyone's afforded to have that luxury sometimes, especially when you're out running and gunning. Like, yeah. Paul, what are you grateful for?
Clean socks.
Oh, we know you're grateful for that. You stay grateful for clean socks.
Absolutely.
My man. Dale, what are you grateful for?
I'm just grateful I get to wake up every day and not have to be underneath a bridge. I got to
wear dirty socks.
And not have to wear dirty socks.
That's the business. That's the stuff. All right, well, I mean, we went pretty hard tonight. I think I counted like 26 people hopped on air tonight, so that's huge.
That is huge.
Moving forward, like anyone out there listening, like Earl, I see you, I see all you guys, Tony and Jamie and David and Jess and everyone who hopped on. And sorry if I didn't get to you. Like I said, we have 7 platforms. I might not see them all at this time, but I'm grateful for each and every one of you that check in. And just remember, like, if you're out there struggling, I've shared about it. 2520 North 2nd Street. Come on down. Like Paul said, just come kick it. Maybe you'll hear something you like or find something you need, because that's what you've heard 20 plus people talk about tonight. And everyone shared about what worked for recovery. I'm a product of it, and it saved my life, and you keep hearing that time and time again. So come on down here if you have suggestions. Like, we're open for those suggestions. Everyone has a voice, and everyone's voice is valid. You see it on the sign. But other than that, like, we'll be back Friday with American Pie Pizzas in the house. Will's just coming in strong. Brought in like multiple pizzas. We got candy, all that good stuff. And look at the way the screen looks. Like, every week it's going to get more and more filled up in here with stuff. We got a couple artists coming in to take care of a mural on the wall. We got some plans coming. And if you guys have any ideas for the show, like, bring them to me. You see my number across the screen. Anything you guys want to add before we wrap up?
Just come on down, check it out. I mean, that's all I can say.
All
It's the
right.
only way you're gonna find out.
You guys all good out there in listening land? We good? We're gonna wrap. All right, hey, if no one's told you tonight, let me be the one to let you know, like, you're loved. If you're struggling, please reach out. You're worth the fight.